Hey, all of you beautiful souls. I wanted to do a video today, as the title says, on harmony and balance. And I've had the privilege to study the science of life, my entire adult life successfully, just like Nikola Tesla, Albert Einstein, and Aristotle, which is basically just physics, mixed with philosophy. And, this is by far one of my most powerful lessons, I would say, right next to writing real goals and the spiritual mind or your creative mind. And there are three pillars in life that I refer to in my book of life: your relationships, health, and your career. And everything in life has to be balanced. These three pillars have to be balanced, or else you will never have joy, happiness, and freedom. But if you want infinite joy, happiness, and freedom, then you need to find a balance in your relationships, your health, and your career. Your relationships, your health first is always first. And I know a lot of people say, oh, well, I don't have the time. Well, there's YouTube videos with 5-10 minute workouts. If you don't have 5 or 10 minutes to work out, then you need to maybe rethink your life. Health is always first. And you have these fake self-help groups, that are saying just work, and sleep 4 hours or 5 hours a day and just burn yourself all the way until you hit the graveyard. It's absolute foolishness, stupidity, the lack of wisdom. Let me tell you why, for I don't sound like I'm just hating, right, or talking out of my butt. When you actually take the time to rest, sleep 8 hours, like we are scientifically supposed to, at least 7 hours. I know it depends on your schedule. But anyways, my point is, if you sleep good and you are eating healthy, then you will always, in return, you'll be more creative, tenfold. You'll be more creative to where your results will equate to more success than if you had just kept working and burning yourself with only 3-4 hours of sleep every single day a week. No fun, no rest, no time to actually address your diet, no good sleep hygiene, to where you're just burning yourself out. You're going to burn yourself out. You're going to be 60, 70, and you're going to have a heart attack. Doesn't matter if you you can listen to subliminals, but you're not going to have time to listen to subliminals. Now, if you just take the time, like I said, though, to rest, people don't realize that rest will allow you to be so much more creative, to the point where it will equate tenfold to when you go and take your action, if that makes sense. And this is called wisdom. This is a balance. And people mistake health. Health is not physical. You can get fake boobs. You can get fake booty, right? You can get everything fake nowadays. I think they're even doing surgeries on guys. I don't want to go into details, but health is not physical. There's mental health. Everything starts with your mind first. The physical body, a molecular structure, vibrates accordingly to your subconscious mind, your mindset, your mental health. It all starts with your mental health. And by that I mean, so many adults, forget that they need to stop every single day and just have some fun. Just have some fun. Just the technical term in, recreational management is unobligated time. And unobligated time, is something that so many adults forget to do for their mental health. And that can be yoga. It can be meditating. But also, play some chess. Play some League of Legends. Play some Xbox with your kids. Not competitively, but not to go hard, but just to have some fun. Just have some fun at the end of the day, right? Read a book. Read a book or write a book. Do something fun. People don't realize how important mental health is to all of this. So the more fun you're having, the more stress you're burning off, and the less stressed out you are, the more creative you are. And that creativity equates once more to if you were just trying to over-ambitiously just work, to where you have no creativity even left. You just feel like a dead zombie. The second one is relationships. Relationships, you know, if you are not in, if you don't, your significant others, if your relationships are not good with your significant others, your health is going to get out of whack and your career is going to go down the rabbit hole. Arya agrees. She's squeaking her squeaky toy. And the last one is your career. The career is always last, as I said, because the career is going to reflect based on your health and your relationships. Don't ever let these fake self-help gurus, you know, fool you. Because most of them, as I said, don't even have time to listen to health subliminals, so when they get to, you know, 50, 60, they're going to be, whoa. You know, have you seen Arnold Schwarzenegger? I mean, I'm not criticizing or hating on him. I'm just a little brutal honesty, right? A little brutal honesty that, you know, he seems really burnt out and really wrinkled and really fragile and wrinkled, right? Like the guy, you can tell, was burnt out on the inside. And behind the scenes, you know, there are a lot of stories of, you know, the depression that he's been struggling with and other mental issues. And I wonder why. You know, he had this mentality that he was just going to work, and just push through everything, right? Headstrong. He took care of his health to some degree, though, which I think is why he's pretty stable. But some of these other guys are not like Arnold, where they even took care of their health, at least, or their relationships, right? You know, I'm not going to name names, but some of them, you know, we know who I'm talking about. They're out there. One of them, their name starts with an R, or the R. It's very, very sad. Many of them have children, too. And their significant other, their relationship with their children, they're giving up just so they can try filling their insecurity with success. And a lot of people ask, okay, well then, you know, how do I do it? How do I do it, right? And how you do it is you use your creative mind that I referred to in the beginning of this video. And you have your creative mind, right? You have your imagination, your perception, your free will. It's only free when you discover yourself on the inside. You have your intuition, your memory, and your reason or the ability to think. And lastly, you have your subconscious mind and creativity. And these are all things we're all born with. Nobody's born more creative than somebody else. Yes, some of us have the talent of creativity, but talent, unless if it's developed and grown, means nothing. You know how many shots Kobe Bryant would shoot before every game? Thousands. Thousands. Hilary Hahn, one of the top violinists in the world. You can go to her Instagram stories and see how much she's practicing. She just doesn't walk out on that stage because of her talent and just become Hilary Hahn. Go to her Instagram page, really, and see how much she practices. You know, you have to develop the talent. You know, talent is nothing without it. And you have your creative mind. And what does this mean? Your creative mind, we all have this creative mind. And you develop it over time. Your memory, your intuition, your free will, your ability to focus, your willpower, your subconscious mind, and imagination, all of this. Your perception, all of these can be exercised and developed like a muscle. You know, I was very grateful. I did so many flashcards in the corporate education system. It's the only thing I ever got out of it was a good memory. There was so much repetition and growth. I have a good memory now. It was one of the only things I got besides always reading all the time. You know, reading 100 books every single year in elementary school and actually taking tests on them to make sure I read them, of course, which developed my imagination. But I had to keep developing them into my adult life. And you can all develop these with subliminals. You know, I wrote a subliminal on how to improve your imagination written through my imagination. And we had one of our users that reported amazing results. His imagination was developing to the level that I have it. You know, you can only get the subliminal results that the actual creator has achieved themselves. So if you want to, you know, it's your decision, and I'm just speaking the brutally honest truth. You speak the truth, you offend a lot of people that are living a lie. A lot of people that are buying fake likes, fake comments, that are living a lie, you're going to offend them. But if you're a teenager living in mommy and daddy's basement, you know, you're only going to be able to write subliminals for creativity or imagination to some extent. And if you don't understand, if you don't have the practical hands-on wisdom actually getting out into the world and actually taking action instead of just growing out your long beard, right, and meditating your whole life to the point where you can talk so good you can actually fool a lot of the masses, then your subliminals are never going to work long term. But you can improve your spiritual mind through subliminals. You can do it through exercises. Your focus. Put a dot on a wall and focus on the dot while you have one of your loved ones distract you. While you have your dog squeaking its squeaky toy, focus on the dot and don't lose your focus. There's so many exercises you can do for all of these. Memory, there's different app games you can do for memory and reason and thinking. Subliminals, you just listen to more and more every single week, and you eventually can get to where, I listen to about 5-6 hours some days straight while bundling. But it took a long time. It took 3 years of bundling to get here. And some days I'm out doing other errands and different projects, my business projects, investments, where I don't have that time. So you have the ability with your spiritual mind, though, to create a lifestyle. And by that I mean you have the ability to use your imagination, right? You literally sit down and visualize with your imagination. You daydream. You daydream with your imagination the health you want to have, the relationships you want to have, the career you want to have. And then your imagination allows you to bring back the future into the present. And then it's your creativity, your perception, and your ability to think or reason that allows you to then take that vision and come up with a plan through research. You literally do a research project, you gain all of the awareness or knowledge that you need through your research project using your perception, your reason, your creativity, and you come up with a brilliant, creative, genius plan, mastermind plan that's going to allow you to get to where it's now concrete. Now all you got to do is take the action. Now you've manifested the future. It's that simple. And if it's not that simple for you yet, then listen to subliminals. Improve your imagination. Improve your willpower. Listen to more subliminals every week, and it will become simple. And you have the ability also with your free will. This is why I'm always saying a true awakening is when you discover your 400 trillion to 1 unique voice on the inside. Because when you discover this unique voice on the inside, you have absolute free will. Free of religion, free of all this astrology BS, free of all of it when you discover your 400 trillion to 1 inside inner miracle that you are of uniqueness, your superpowers. And along with the spiritual mind or the creative mind too, it's a double whammy that you have to understand both. And when you understand both, you truly awaken to where you decide what you're going to put on your Instagram feed. You decide what you're going to watch at night. You decide. You are making decisions every single second. You are creating at will. You are creating rapidly, just like the movie Inception, but it's not a movie, it's a reality. You decide what you're going to put on your Instagram. You decide who you're going to follow and unfollow on Facebook. Out of self-respect. And out of self-respect for the person that you are becoming too. You decide what you're going to eat out of self-respect and self-respect for the person you're becoming. You decide who you're going to allow around you 24/7 or actually, hang out with out of self-respect and self-respect for the person you're becoming. You become the 5 people you spend the most time around. And this goes a lot deeper than just the income and all of those other things that they say you become. Like the 5 people you spend the most time around. It goes into the word that they use. Unless if you are awakened to where you are actually thinking and responding to life instead of just reacting, then the words that those 5 people that you spend the most time around are going to equate into, replicate into your subconscious mind to where you start using the same words. That's how powerful words are. That's why I wear a snake around my neck, but I don't have it today. I have the necklace that Paola gave me for one of our anniversaries. This is harmony. This is balance. You understand relationships, health, and career. And then you understand the spiritual mind and your creative mind and how you can then practically apply the 3 pillars and create a balance with your creative mind. I love all of you. I appreciate this community dearly. I'm doing my best to make these videos 15 minutes, but I really like to dive deep. The deepest level that we can go, because it's important to understand this on the deepest, levels. Because any fool can repeat what they heard on TV or the propaganda or the internet. But a wise man actually really understands, and the wisest men understand on the deepest levels. But we did it in 15 minutes and 40 seconds. I love all of you. Have a beautiful, beautiful, lovely day.